Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the Christmas decorations I've picked up over the off-season, if you will, for Christmas. This year is going to be Christmas 2024 to 2025, so I'm starting to go through the Christmas lights and fixing all the ones that have broken over the past few years. I never get as far as I'd like to with that. I always get super busy, and I think I just need to start earlier when I have more free time. And focus on the items that I really want to have working this year. And I'll start with those. And then once I get those fixed, I can move on to other things that would be nice to have, but aren't necessarily a requirement. So, I got a lot, actually, like, during the Christmas season last year. And so it ended up making videos. But this stuff here, I think, it's pretty much all of the stuff that straight up hasn't been on a video before. So we'll start with these. And yeah, I know the camera angle's pretty bad, but we're just gonna have to work with it. So I'll move it over here. These are some vintage C9 lights. These I actually got for Christmas last year, but I don't think I ever filmed them, so I'm going to count them as over the summer. This is pretty cool. My aunt got these for me. And it has the original box. And then this is what the lights look like. I think these are all very old bulbs. I think they're all old. But on specific bulbs, you can, like this blue one, you can actually see, and I don't think the camera will pick this up. If you kind of look on the left where my finger is, there's like a white line. These bulbs are so much thicker than the ones they make today. It's crazy. So it's neat to get these with older bulbs. These aren't super old. The super old ones, like the ones on this illustration, have the lines. Unfortunately, these don't. But that's what the plug looks like. Maybe to show you better, one of them accidentally broke in shipping, which is a shame. But I have the pieces in the box. Yeah, this is a good shot. I mean, look at this. Look at... The camera will focus and I can stop moving. Look at how thick that glass is. Let's see if I can... Look at how thick that is. For a light bulb. That's unheard of for today. Hello, focus. Okay, it's not going to really focus that great. But these are thick bulbs, so I'm actually kind of surprised that broke. It's the only one that broke. And unfortunately, there was only 2 blues to begin with, so now there's only 1. There's 2 whites, and a bunch of reds and some greens. So... yeah, I'm just now realizing I forgot to get out an extension cord to test these stupid things. So... now I gotta get one up in the stupid video! Which, for whatever reason, is easier said than done. Actually, we'll get one that's not already tied up. What's this one? Alright. Okay. Alright. That one's a little bit loose. But I mean, these colors are super vibrant. You really don't see them like this anymore. I think these all work. They're just loose. And I can't run them like this for too long because it's gonna burn the bubbles. Actually, they'll burn the bubbles really fast, so I'm about ready to turn these off. But I mean, look at that blue. What a gorgeous color. These colors are so deep and so vibrant. It's a shame they don't make them like they used to. I really don't. So these I ran on the dimmer last year on a relatively small Christmas tree, and it looked nice. Unfortunately, I don't have that tree anymore because I made a dumb mistake of giving it away. But I might be able to get it back. We'll see. I traded it, really, is what happened. Which was not smart. But I have nowhere to set these. This is ridiculous. Go under the table. Okay. Second item of note. Besides getting this back, these are the all too famous, way too zoomed in, Hy-Vee. No, these are those General Electric replica sets. I think there's 4 in here. 4 sets of 75. However, there's also some regular mini lights. Those we'll save for a video. Alright, so I started work on these last year. I got these probably in February. So it was like the end of Christmas. Stuff was coming down, so I didn't really show these. I believe there's 4 sets. And I was able to fix 3 of them fully. This one, it works. It just needs some replacement bulbs. And you can't run them if you have the bulbs burned out, because it'll burn out more bulbs as the voltage gets higher. But I believe 2 of these are fully working, and then one of them has a couple of outages still that I need to fix. But we can plug some of these in to get a look at them. It looks like one of the sections is loose on this set. But these lights are gorgeous. Again, these have very deep, rich colors to them, unlike the lights of today. And these are 5-volt bulbs, so they're kind of hard to find. Usually what I find is 6-volt, which is not correct. There's that. I think this is a different, sort of a different set. We'll just plug in those 2 for the video. And you can kind of see how vibrant these things really are. These weren't in the frame, but... they're supposed to look like the old C6 sets, which those were the sets that everybody knows. One bulb goes out, they all go out. In these, because the spacing is much farther apart than they are today, the ones today, they have like 1 bulb in the middle of these. It's way too close together. But because of how far apart these are, if I can get all 4 of these sets working, they would cover like a 7-foot Christmas tree that's fairly wide. So I'm hoping to be able to find replacement bulbs for these, so I can get all 4 of these working, so I can do a Christmas tree in these lights, because these lights are really cool. If I can't get those bulbs, I know you can get them off eBay for like outrageous prices, and I don't want to do that. If I can't get them fixed, then maybe I'll hang 2 of them around the wall in the bedroom or something. But I'd really like to do a Christmas tree in one of these. think that would look really cool. So that's an example of something that I'm going to try really hard to get the supplies to fix this year. Okay, the next two items, the two items I have left, are actually, they came from my grandparents. So, we'll start with these. These are my grandmother's window candles. I got all of them. Not some of them, all of them. She used to put these in a lot, if not all, of the windows. I think not quite all, but she did put a few on the back of the house. And we're not going to pull all these out because I just don't want to at this time. But this is what they look like. These are very, well, not very, I only saw them a couple times because I think I've mentioned in a couple other videos, we really only went to see them once a year because of how far away they lived. I have memories of these things when I was really young, because usually we would go during the summertime, so you wouldn't see the stuff. But we did go when I was really young for Christmas one year, and I remember these. The 5 light ones would go on the main level for the front of the house. And then here's one with the original box. Is this even in the frame? I hope it is. It sort of is. Not really, but sort of. These 3 light ones, these would go in the upstairs windows in the front of the house. And then have any that are easy to get to? Probably not. Darn it, I didn't want to pull all these out. There's quite a few in here, though. Here we go. And then these single candles. I think my aunt said that she would put these in the kitchen windows. The kitchen was on the back of the house, so she would put these in the kitchen windows, and then I think a few of the upstairs back of the house windows as well. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if I finished my story. So I saw these once when I was real young, and then recently as in like 3 years ago, we went for Christmas and they were out. And I had thought that she used red bulbs for them, but I think that she actually always used orange. Anyway, we were up there this past summer again, and my aunt mentioned that she just doesn't use these much anymore. So I asked about them. We were in the attic. Yes, unfortunately, these were stored in the attic, so the plastic's really kind of brittle. But we were in the attic, I asked about it, and she said, she doesn't really use them as much as she used to. You could, probably take them. So I took them. And I'm really happy to have them now. They're kind of important to me because they've been in the family since they were new. So yeah. Back, but it's kind of neat to have. Not all of them have the original boxes, but for example, these were Noma brand, complete with lamps and a cord. I sure hope it had a cord. Jeez. I don't think battery stuff was really a thing yet. I don't like the battery candles. They just aren't bright enough, and they look fake. I don't want to dump this out because it's got some bulbs in here, but yeah, I stick with the electric. That's kind of what the back of it looks like. So, those are neat to have. I have a couple from that my mom used to use as well. She actually doesn't like these. She says she thinks they look tacky, but I would disagree. I like them. So, you know. I also got with these a grocery bag full of replacements, which basically is a gem at this point because these bulbs are getting hard to find. And some of them are pretty old. In fact, we might do a separate... The bag's all the way at the bottom, so I don't want to pull it out. But we may do a separate video on that bag because there's a lot of cool packaging from the 90s of light bulbs from places like Kmart and stuff like that. 90s and 2000s. This bow I also got from them. So, this is not sitting. I don't like the way that's sitting in there. Sit there like that. Okay. So, that's pretty cool to get those. She had some Halloween stuff too. I didn't ask about it, but it's not sitting in there quite right. I'll fix it later. The camera. Okay, the last thing comes from my other set of grandparents who live a lot closer, so we get to see them more often. So I have more memories of this decoration. But I've always liked it. And so here it is. This is a Christmas wreath. This wreath used to sit on their back patio from what I remember at their old house. And when they moved, they still went out on their back patio. But they got a screened-in porch on this new house, and you couldn't really see it from inside the porch. So, and I mean, you don't really go out there in the winter to see it. So I just didn't see it as much. Anymore. But my grandparents still wanted something to use in the back for Christmas, which is understandable. So what I did was I found on Facebook Marketplace a wreath that looked almost identical to this, very similar, and I bought it, and then I put some red lights on it for them. And I traded them that wreath for this one, because this one is the one that has the sentimental value for me. I don't think they really care, they just wanted something out there that'll look nice at Christmas time, so we made a little trade over the summer. And now I have their old wreath to use in my display, which is pretty cool. I've always really liked this wreath. I remember sleeping over at their house when I was younger, at the old house. And at that old house you could see from inside the house the wreath, the way it hung. You could see it from inside, so you didn't have to go outside, which was nice, because on the new house you couldn't see it from inside, and who wants to go sit outside in 20-degree weather? So I have it here with me now, and they still have a nice wreath to use, so that's cool. Anyways, my grandfather said he put these lights on it many years ago, but originally it was not lit with these lights. So I think this might get used. It'll either get used in the backyard, because I have a spot that it could go potentially and see it from inside, or it might go over the garage door in the front. We already have a wreath that goes over the front door, so I don't know. I'm thinking I might want to use this one in the backyard this year, because you can see it from inside. the what's it called? The color rendering on here is not good, but it looks nice in person. They've always had a red theme of lights. They used to have a Christmas tree. It's one of those older ones where it was color coded, and so it wasn't pre-lit. And they would always put these 2.7 red lights on it. They got rid of that tree because when they downsized, it was just too big for their new house. So now they have a smaller one. But yeah, I just think this this wreath looks really nice with the pine cones, and then it has the specific type of this stuff, which is, I don't know, to me it looks like a 90s type of plastic. But I just always thought this wreath was pretty cool looking. It's got some berries there. Kind of unique. You don't see too many wreaths with this kind of plastic on it, with these things I'm zooming in. You see a lot of wreaths with pine cones and stuff, but I feel like this one looks nicer than most wreaths do. Anyway, that is it for this video. I'm sick, if you can't tell, so my throat's all messed up, but yeah, so these will be fun to have new this year in the display, and cool to have the sentimental value now. My grandparents, this is old Christmas decorations. So yeah, I probably won't make videos of fixing the lights. It's just one of those things where I don't necessarily enjoy the fixing part. I enjoy the after product of the lights being fixed. It's a tedious process, and sometimes it just takes forever, and other times it goes by relatively quick. But it just all depends on what's wrong with the string, and it's not something I feel like filming, so we'll see how far I get this year, and then in November, after Thanksgiving, the decorations will go out. So yeah, that's an update on the Christmas decorations for 2024. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.